For years, we've been following the search for multiple erased African-American cemeteries across the Tampa Bay area. And today, we add yet another to that list. 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow has been digging into research for months now. And Emerald, archaeologists say there's a possibility of hundreds of missing graves.
Yeah, absolutely. We are talking at least 400 from what was known as the St. Joseph AME Cemetery. And that's according to tips and a whole lot of research, which leads us to this location right here at 34th Street and Genesee in East Tampa.
And I used to pass that cemetery every day on our way to school.
You can't find the St. Joseph AME Cemetery on maps, but it lives on in memory.
I know there was tombstones there. So what happened to them, I don't know.
After months of researching land records and carefully pouring through fragile funeral home records, 10 Investigates found deeds and maps that placed the St. Joseph AME Cemetery in this parcel of land along North 34th Street and Genesee in East Tampa. Records show there were at least 400 burials.
I'm very excited to be out here with you and to finally be able to say that this is a location for the cemetery.
Dr. Erin Kimmerly is a professor and forensic anthropologist at the University of South Florida, and she's been researching lost cemeteries across the Tampa Bay area.
Thomas Walker, who started the St. Joseph AME Society, also owned this land as well as a lot of other lands. He was a very successful businessman.
But Walker's great-grandson Mark says as an African-American during the Jim Crow era, that success was threatened.
My grandparents are very closed about this.
We first told Walker about the possibility of a cemetery his great-grandfather started for African-Americans when there was segregation in life and death. Today, 4 homes and a church lot cover the land.
There's been this very active and purposeful suppression of our history, even down to things like, plowing over a cemetery and building another building on top of it.
Now, to find out if there are still graves, researchers would need to do something like ground-penetrating radar to scan the property. But there is a dilemma. Because the land is private property, the owners would have to grant access and most likely cover any costs, depending on who does the work.
Well, this discovery is the latest of many across the Tampa Bay area. The first was Zion Cemetery in 2019, where archaeologists found nearly 300 graves at Robles Park Village and 2 neighboring businesses. Since then, more than 1,000 graves have been found at locations from St. Pete to Clearwater to Odessa. We have all of Emerald's investigations into these grave sites on 10 Tampa Bay.